And we're back with the Honorable Henry Braun, Mayor of Abbotsford. We're going to lighten the mood here because we got really serious, and let's talk about Abbotsford.
Sure.
So what does Abbotsford mean to you? Now, I know I have some things I'm going to share, but let's talk about your idea of Abbotsford.
Well, it's the only city that I've lived in. I love Abbotsford. Abbotsford is, I think, a great city, and we can even be a greater city. And we are looking through our official community plan that we've been working on for the past 18 months of city building to make this a city, a city that all other cities aspire to be. That really is kind of my overarching thought. And so when other cities point, where's a good city that does this or does that, that Abbotsford would come to mind. It might take us a while to get there, but I think we're well on our way. We're trying to develop a city or build a city that our young people will stay in so that they don't leave university and then have to move to, Vancouver or Toronto or London or Paris, or that people ask me, why can't we have this in our own city? And I said, that's a very good question. Why don't we develop a plan that incorporates the things that our young people, especially the millennials, are looking for? Because if we do not do it, I predict that they will leave our cities and we will become cities with just old people. Mm-hmm. And is that really what we want for future? I don't think so.
Now, you're talking young people. Let's go city plan. When did this plan start?
The research probably goes back almost 2 years. But the earnest work has taken place more so in the last 12 months, the heavy lifting by our staff. And our staff has done a great job, I think, of putting what has become interaction with almost 8,000 people, interactions with our citizens, to tell us the kind of city they want Abbotsford to be when we reach a population of 200,000 people. So we're planning for an outcome as opposed to a timeline, because most OCPs are timeline. This is what we will do for the next 20 years. We don't care if this timeline takes 10 years or 40 years. It's going to look the same at the end of that, which gives us a point to sail to. And we keep that in focus. This is the city that we want to build, which means that we will say no to some things that we have historically said yes to. Or conversely, we're going to say yes to some things that we have always said no to. But we're going to build a city center. That is what Abbotsford people want.
I think that's very smart. I think if we set a deadline, and then, if things happen, bylaws don't get passed, and all of a sudden you don't meet the deadline, then you lose the goal. It's like, okay, that didn't work. And then by not setting a deadline and saying this is an open plan, we can get there. It's a constant building process.
And there's ups and downs in the economy that affect the plan as well. So, if all of a sudden, we had high interest rates for a period of time like I experienced in the 1980s when they hit almost 21%, that slows growth down. So that doesn't mean we should abandon the plan. It just means it takes us longer to get there. I'm okay with that. Okay. And I probably won't be here to see the end of this story, but I'm hoping that our kids and grandkids will benefit from what we're doing today.
All right, back to the story about kids, grandkids, and keeping them here. We have a beautiful university here. I'm reading something about a U district.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little about that?
Incorporated in the official community plan will be neighborhoods, maybe 7 or 8. Historic downtown will be one. The U district is another one. We're working on. That's the first neighborhood plan we're working on, where we are going to plan what our university district will look like so that it's inviting for young people to stay. Right now we have about 200 rental units in that area. Well, we need way more than that. So we envision some of the industrial work or the industrial facilities that are there, that they will be converted to residential, commercial, so that it will be a university district which probably will house maybe 10,000 people.
Wow. So that's a lot of growth you got to change. That's taking down all the commercial buildings, residents, changing. Oh, wow.
This won't be done overnight.
No.
I can think of one developer who's acquired some land. They're ready to go now, with probably about 4 acres of redevelopment. So that's just a little over 2 hectares for those who don't think in acres. But they want to develop commercial and residential space that will augment what the needs of the university are. And we've also included a study area in the OCP that will be directly to the east of the university.
Okay.
It's about 90 acres that could
Just
be
east
an
of
agriculture.
Mackenzie?
Yep, on the other side of Mackenzie, right down to the escarpment.
Oh, okay.
which would be used for maybe agricultural facilities, university research facilities, and a few other things. So we envision that, and that's looking out longer term, even 40 years.
Okay, so you mentioned 8,000 interactions with the public. Now, is there any more chance that the public's going to have to talk or have a say in this matter?
Yes, absolutely. We have not had one meeting at City Hall, which is not normal, because normally we ask people to come here and tell us what they think. We've done the opposite, and our consultants tell us that this kind of interaction is unprecedented. But we've gone to shopping centers, rec centers, wherever people gather, our staff have gone there to engage the public. Now we are in the final referral period, where we send our OCP to various government organizations, including the province, the university, land commission, number of different agencies, the Fraser Valley Regional District. We're obligated to do that. We will then have a public hearing on June the 20th at City Hall. That will be the first meeting that we have. Yes, in our council chambers.
June 20th here. We'll put it down on our website and everything as well. But okay, so we got that for you. June 20th.
So that'll be the first, and that'll be the public's last opportunity to speak into this official community plan. And then council will. We've given it 2 readings now. So then anytime we do anything like this, there's 2 readings, goes to public hearing, then we'll have a third and fourth, or third reading and then final adoption, which I expect to do sometime towards the end of June.
That fast?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, well, on most bylaws, we actually make the decision the night of the public hearing. My sense would be that on this one, we would wait a week.
Okay, so June 20th is the meeting.
Yep.
So all that information will be on your website. We'll put it up there as well for you guys. Okay, great to know. Now,
and the reason that it's that quick, because I'm interested to see, you said that fast.
Yeah.
Between the public hearing and the time council makes a final decision, we cannot entertain any new information. So the longer you make that period, the more chance there is of you hearing, like if somebody came and said, hey, I was going to come to the public hearing and I forgot to say this, and it's a new piece of information, it can actually invalidate the whole process.
Oh, wow.
So whenever anybody engages, say, sorry, we cannot hear any new information as a council.
Because it could.
And no more emails, no emails, nothing.
Okay.
If somebody sends me an email, I had to delete it. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's all right. I won't send you an email then about that. Make sure we don't.
Well, you can send me an email, just not on that.
And I was checking that you also have a breakfast coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
June the 28th, the second annual Mayor's Breakfast.
Who can attend?
Anybody can attend. The information's on our website.
Okay.
You can register online, and I would tell people to register early, because last year we had to cut it off at 400. So
really,
yeah.
Okay. So make sure you register fast for that. We'll also put that on our website for you. Okay, so that's on the 28th. They got quite a bit coming up here. Yep. We're already halfway through May.
Yep.
All right. You know what? Let's get funner here. We've gotten serious. We've gotten about family life. Let's talk about the town of Abbotsford. But why don't we do that when we get back from commercial?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So we'll be back.